Hi, I'm here to share 5 simple steps to a Salesforce certification. I'll be sharing a lot of links and resources, all of which you can find below in the description. While you're lurking down there, go ahead and like this video and leave a comment with your thoughts. And please subscribe and click the bell to be notified with each new video I release. So let's get to it. Let's talk about the 5 simple steps to a Salesforce certification. Now, attaining your first Salesforce certification is a great step in launching your cloud career. And the vast majority of people start with pursuing the administrator certification because it is there that you learn the fundamentals of the platform. Salesforce provides a wealth of free educational resources primarily through Trailhead. But with that wealth of paths and options, it can be overwhelming to know where to start in gaining your certification. And many have found that they need more than just Trailhead in order to pass their certification exams. So I'm here to share my 5 simple steps to a Salesforce certification to help you chart your own path to certified. Step number 1, take a course. The first place to start is simply learning the platform. Working through a video course where you learn the fundamentals of the platform is the most efficient use of your time as you're following along with an instructor such as myself, and that leads you down a logical path of learning. And here's a pro tip for you on this first step. What can be sometimes overlooked is to determine what type of learner you are. Are you a self-directed learner, or do you do better in a group learning environment? It is important to research options to best suit your learning style. So resources for step 1, if you are self-directed in your learning, I recommend my brand new Salesforce Administrator Certification course for 2021. This new course is bigger and more in-depth than ever and available exclusively on my own training platform, MyQuiler Media Plus. But if you're more comfortable with a group learning environment where there is interaction and greater accountability, then I highly recommend that you check out my live Salesforce Administrator class. This will be vital for you if you tend to procrastinate or need your questions answered in a live group setting. As part of the live training experience, we also provide you with the new on-demand administrator course for weekly assignments. In fact, as a live student in my course, you receive a free 6-month subscription to MyQuiler Media Plus at no extra charge. All right, step 2 is to self-assess. One common stumbling block that can discourage students in their learning journey is that they don't know what they don't know. This makes it very difficult for them to know where they are in their journey to reaching their goals. Here's a pro tip for you on this second step. Don't use practice tests as a means of self-assessment. I've seen many learners do this, and not only can it be a discouraging exercise, they don't have guided help in assessing their weak areas and growing stronger in them. All right, here's resources for the second step, and that would be to grab my free, new and improved Salesforce self-assessment checklist. This checklist contains the 97 topics you need to understand in order to ace the administrator exam. I've divided the topics up by knowledge area based on the Salesforce's own exam guide. I provide a link to Salesforce's own online help for each of the 97 topics, as well as links to my own relevant training videos for each topic that you'll find on MyQuiler Media Plus. That way, as you self-assess your preparedness for the administrator exam, you can click through to read more about a topic in Salesforce's online help and click through to watch me demonstrate that topic in my video lessons as well. The self-assessment checklist can be revisited weekly as you progress through the course material. Students are finding that this checklist really helps them to hone in on their weak areas. All right, step 3 is to take practice tests. As with any other test preparation, it is a good idea to take practice tests. This helps you to see how close you are to actually passing the certification exam. And here's a pro tip for you on this third step. Only start taking practice tests after you've gone through a course and not before. Many students skip over too much course content and go straight to practice tests. This can lead to trivia-based learning and makes you vulnerable to confusion from the scenario-based questions on the exam. That's because you don't understand the concepts from this approach. Simply put, if you understand the underlying concepts, you won't need to worry about the wording of the questions. That's why I recommend that you take 8 to 12 weeks to go deep on the concepts. Now, you'll be tempted to take shortcuts and will want to just take practice tests because that seems easier, but you'll find that shortcut actually leads to a dead end. All right, so I've got a great resource for this third step for you as well, and this is to assist with your own journey towards getting certified. I've created a free 9-week Salesforce Certified Challenge to help you set milestones and stay on track. I also have a practice test course that includes 3 practice tests. Take 1 practice test and then address your weak areas. Work on improving on the knowledge areas which you scored lowest in. Once you've worked through more course content and Trailhead modules on those weak areas, then wash, rinse, and repeat. You should see your scores improving on the practice test as well as on my self-assessment checklist. So once you've gone through the 9-week challenge as well as all of my practice tests, I would recommend that you then take a final practice test from Salesforce themselves on Web Assessor. Save this one for last and treat it like the real test. Step 4, more TOP or time on platform. To greatly improve your odds of passing the exam, spend more and more time on the Salesforce platform. There's nothing like spending time on the platform to get these concepts rooted into your mind. And here's a pro tip for you on this fourth step. Learning about real-world scenarios can actually count as time on platform. While nothing beats that actual hands-on experience, you can also grasp these concepts by learning about real-world scenarios and hear how others have found real-world answers to their real-world questions. So resources for this fourth step, I have a playlist on my YouTube channel to help with just that. It is a playlist for lunchtime learning. Now these are small segments pulled from previous live Q&A sessions where I answer real-world questions related to the Salesforce platform. You can keep these videos playing in the background during your lunch or anytime to reinforce your learning, keep your mind on the platform, and to keep your momentum moving forward. I've also created a free course called the Career Launch Action Plan to teach you how to leverage the power of Salesforce for marketing, sales, and service in your favor to optimize your job pursuits. You can sign up for that free course by going to careerlaunchactionplan.com or clicking the link down below. Now another free course or workshop that I recently did is the Portfolio Power Hour Workshop. And it's there that I teach you how to create your own portfolio on the Salesforce platform. This is a valuable resource that serves a dual purpose. It gives you time on platform and prepares you for a job once certified. So to take advantage of that workshop, you can simply go to portfoliopowerhour.com and sign up for that, or click the link down below. Now one more offering I have to help you with these goals is a brand new product I have created called the Cloud Career Accelerator. This is a 28-day class with daily work assignments taking you through the process of building 3 applications that you can put inside of your Salesforce portfolio. All of the above gives you a lot more TOP or time on platform. This also gives you real-world experience to provide further context to apply what you're learning as well. All right, so step 5 is to actually schedule your test. Once you have worked through a course, self-assessed and strengthened your weak areas, taken practice tests and spent time on platform, you're ready to schedule and take your test. Now here's a pro tip for you in this final step. Go ahead and schedule your test right before you feel you're fully ready. Now many learners wait until they feel completely ready to even schedule their test, which causes them to be always putting it off into the future. Because the truth is, you will never feel completely ready. You'll always have one more thing you want to fully understand before you're ready to take the test. But by scheduling the test, you have given yourself a deadline. And you'll find that you study more efficiently and diligently in that last week or last month because of the test date looming. All right, so resources for this 5th and final step. As you are nearing your test date, watch several student success stories on my YouTube channel. This will inspire and motivate you as you envision your success story reaching its completion. I'm confident that if you follow these steps, you'll be ready to take the exam. Once you pass that certification, share your good news on social media. Tag me on LinkedIn and I will endorse your skills. A cloud career is right around the corner. Join the thousands who have found the flexibility and freedom of this career path. Stay focused, stay determined, and I'll see you in the cloud.